Hi everybody, welcome in. Shave of the day time already? Wow. Yeah, I've got an appointment, a doctor's appointment. So in about actually 1 hour exactly from right now. It's 6:30 a.m. This is an early appointment at 7:30. So I've got pre-shave oil already on my face. I'm using Suavecito. I think I premiered this at the last shave of the day. Suavecito. It's a very good, it's a pre-shave oil or solution as they call it. Pre-shave solution. So I do have it on, and it does create a very thick viscosity, I guess you'd say, sort of a thick coating of slickness, which is awesome. And I do have this razor today, the red tip Gillette, that's what I'll be using, and an Astra blade inside, just installed. That's what I'm using. So as far as the shave soap is concerned, Ginger's Garden brings this one up to bat. Spice, make sure I get it right, Grenade, yeah. I don't want to screw it up because it's very close to Spice Bomb, but it's just a little different, a hint of its own style, you might say. And I really like this scent. I was turned on to this scent, I guess it was a little over a year ago or so, by one of my buddies in the wet shaving community, and I've liked it ever since. It really is good, and I appreciate the folks in the wet shaving community that helped me get started on Ginger's Garden's Spice Grenade. But it is like a takeoff of Spice Bomb. If you've ever smelled that cologne after shave, it's awesome. And that's the, look, the remnants of what's left. I've been using this stuff, man. It really is worthy of using. As far as the consistency goes, inside it smells wonderful. It's not really, I wouldn't say a creamy soap, but it is rather soft. Nothing to really fret over. You don't really have to bloom it unless that's just what you want to do. So I'm going to put a little, just a tiny bit of hot water to bloom it and get it going as I reach over here and drag out my wife's shaving bowl. Yeah, I let her have this one. This is the Paul Revere style tin, not tin really, it's good, I guess, not stainless I don't think, but it's very good quality metal. Could be stainless. Nonetheless, I'll be using that along with this brush today from Badger and Blade, the forum, the wet shaving group forum. They put one out, I think, every so often, and this is one of their boar bristle brushes, and I'm going to just wet the tips of that, get it going, squeeze it out just a bit, and now I have to contend with the bloom water that I have here. So instead of wasting it, the purpose is to soften up the soap in the top level. I'm saying that because my daughter Mallory is supposed to be, and you heard me talk about her I think on the last video, she and her significant other are supposed to be converting over to wet shaving as I do, because she came in for a visit, in town for a visit, and I taught her how to use the wet shaving materials like the brush, how to load the bristles and the various options that come along with it, the different style soaps and lathers that you can use, and how to use a pre-shave oil ahead of time to soften your skin. And I'm going to just do this right here to show you how good this soap is. I mean, I don't even have to, truthfully, I don't have to use a bowl to stir it up. All I have to do is just keep it a little wet, and you can mix it on your face. It's called a face lathering shave. But if that's what you want to do, if you're in a hurry, there's so many options that you have in the wet shaving group, or in the wet shaving hobby, I might say, because it is a hobby for me at least. And you probably noticed, by the way, I don't have my protective cap on today. All that hair might fall out. Oh me, got my Grateful Dead shave shirt on. That's what this is. Someone said the other day, man, you're just like an old hippie, aren't you? No, I'm not just like one. You might say, I guess I am one, but I'm just stirring this around. I loaded up the bristles, and you have to keep mixing until you get the right moisture to soap ratio by mixing a little hot water here and there. A few drops, don't overdo it. And like I said, I'm giving a little extra advice on small tips that a lot of you probably already know as far as wet shaving goes. But my daughter that I mentioned, who is going to be getting into the wet shaving hobby, is new, so she's learning. And any tips that I can pass along, or if you guys can pass along in the comment areas, that's stuff that I could leave out or forget, please do. Please insert that. And just say, hey, Mallory, this is for you. I thought perhaps you'd like to know that your dad is a very handsome man, in case you didn't or weren't aware. I'm joking. Come on. You know I am. I like to joke and have fun. I'm really not looking forward to today's doctor visit. But then again, I don't think I've ever jumped up and down and said, oh, I get to go to the doctor. I get to go to the doctor today. Woohoo. It just don't happen, cuz. It just don't happen. All right, I'm putting a little bit of water in the bottom of the sink bowl. Why is that, Daddy? I can hear her asking. Because you have to rinse the whiskers or leg hair, as your case may be. You have to rinse them off. Just swish it back and forth. And you rotate, by the way, side to side. That's one of the advantages of a double-edged razor, too. The fact that you get so much use out of one single blade. I've shaved, I know, at times up to 4 times when I know I could have probably gone longer at shaving with a good blade. I wouldn't try it with an Astra blade because it's not top quality to me, at least, for my shaving and whiskers. I'm doing the downward pass right now. I don't want to go too far into the beard line, so what I'm going to do right now is scratch that itch right there. I'm going to rinse this out on that side. Rotate the razor to the opposite side, and I'm going to wipe just a small amount off here so I can see, the amount that I've got there to cut, because I don't want to screw up the beard trimming I just recently did. So I did an across the grain right there. Now I'm going an upward pass, going with an upward pass. It's very important to keep your skin taut or tight. The sink keeps leaking out water and going back down the drain, so I have to keep filling it up. Okay, on the opposite side, doing a downward pass. To keep your skin tight, if you have to pull it or make a funny face. Whatever works best for you. Wipe that off so I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. And then I rotate the blade, and I'm going to just do an across the grain and an upward pass. Notice I flip the razor to the opposite side. It's just something I do. In the art of wet shaving, there is no correct or right or wrong way, so to speak, in just your basic steps or the standard motions of shaving. Now, you can get particular and precise and start, as they say, you can pick it to death. You're picking it, it ain't going to get well. The reason is there are just various ways to do things. The way, whatever you choose or decide, is more than likely going to be the correct way. I just don't think there's all that much you can do wrong other than I mean, I've seen some people that were using a straight razor and they were doing it totally wrong. But that's a little different than this. If you've ever shaved with any other razor in the past, then this will work. I'm putting this all on video for my daughter's benefit, as I said, but the last video that I did, I edited, so I cut out a lot. So I wanted this to be on for her benefit. Okay, I'm doing an across the grain right under the beard line. The reasoning for this, Mallory and Zach, is because when I was in school, I grew a larger beard. It was I call it a neck beard now. It went down farther down the neck. So now that tends to grow a little thicker, unfortunately. So I always go ahead and just knock out just an inch and a half or so right underneath the beard line. So now I've got that, and I'm going to put a few more drops of water. When I say a few drops, I'm talking about like this. Just that amount right there. Just whatever drips into the bowl, a small amount. You can control the bowl and the water ratio by moving the bowl out of the way like a genius, okay? Now just stir it up. There should be plenty of lather or soap inside the brush bristles, so you wouldn't have to reload that unless you just didn't load enough in the beginning. In the onset, when you don't do that, of course, obviously, you would have to go back and reload the brush bristles each time. But just, you can just play it by ear, so to speak, and just pay attention to what you're doing, and if it makes sense, you know what you're doing, right? Wow, that's a nice lather, and let me reiterate, this stuff, Irina, this stuff smells wonderful. She's in charge of Ginger's garden, and I love the scent. It just really is. It's really spot on too when it comes to comparing it to Spice Bomb. But it's a hell of a lot better priced. Okay, so right now I'm going to just, I'm already done the top part. I am just doing that to check to see if I have any spots left. I'm going to just go ahead and clean out the bristles and just show you. Look at the lather there. A lot of thick lather. That's awesome. And I will just apply that to the neck area. And I like this because it feels good. That's really the only reason. I don't have much there to go back over, I know, but I usually do an across the grain just to make certain, you know. And one of the things that my daughter liked, I think, I'm going to do the upward pass now. One of the things that she enjoyed about wet shaving was the fact that it got her legs so much softer, and the shave lasted longer than what she's normally used to using. And that's one thing my wife enjoys as well. One of the benefits of wet shaving. You know, the old timers, when they came up with this idea, they knew what the hell they were doing, you know. They weren't old dumb farts. Because as Richard Pryor, the stand-up comic, once said, old people didn't get to be old being no fool. And that's true. Downward pass now. Okay, I'm going to rinse that out. Rotate to the other side with a downward pass. And if you nick yourself really easily, or you have some skin lesions or moles or whatever, skin tags, if that's the case, then what you need to do is make sure that you're extra careful and don't go at it whacking fast. You just do it a little slow. Okay, right here I've got some beard hair that go like that. They sort of grow toward the Adam's apple. So what I'm going to do is just wipe some of this soap down and feel right there. There's some right there that I need to go against the grain. You can almost just hear it, you know. And then over here, there's usually a spot as well. I don't know why, but they grow right there and right there toward the Adam's apple. But if I go back like that, I mean, it's not really necessary, but if I go back, then that means I'm not going to have to shave as quickly as I normally would. And that is it, folks. That was quick, huh? 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Not bad for a full-on shave. I'm rinsing with cold water. My reasoning behind that is because that personally, as I mentioned earlier, I really don't particularly love the Astra razor blades. I mean, they're okay. Don't get me wrong. They'll do the job, but they don't do the job for me, at least. And everybody's skin texture and their whiskers thickness, the beard grain, and the growth patterns, everyone's are totally different than the other person's, right? So, with that being said, then you have to keep in mind that you're going to have to do a little bit different shaving, and therefore it may require a different type of blade for you. You keep working with them and trying different blades till you find what feels good to you, and that makes it all right. Okay, I'm going to be using this today. This is Barbourie's Aftershave Balm. Excuse me. Yeah, post-shave balm to sort of moisturize, revitalize the skin. And you know, if you think about it, you've taken a blade and scraped your skin, so a lot of follicles, of course, and your top layer of skin, the cells, you name it, that's all scraped off. So you need something to help moisturize or bring back some of the smoothness in your skin and revitalize it. Like I said, this is something that I've just now started trying to use. This brand, it smells really nice, and Barbourie's is a good brand. They've been around for some time. I found this particular bottle at Sally's Beauty Supply. If you've got a Sally's Beauty Supply, it's a chain store, and it smells really good. I like this. Anyway, you may want to give it a shot and see what you think. I'll be honest though, this stuff right here is it does burn a little bit, just like a hot aftershave. But usually I put that on last. I forgot that I did have some aftershave. Barely got some. Look at there, just about gone. But this is Ginger's Garden's Spiced Grenade, and that will probably cool it down a bit. That smells good. It really does. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. Quick shave, huh? Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. With all the turmoil that we have going on in the world, make friends with somebody today, okay? Get out and pat someone on the back, and do what you can to help your neighbor if you can. And if you can't, then at least try, at least you can say, I tried. And teach someone the art of wet shaving. Let's bring it back to the way it used to be. It's a heck of a lot less expensive, I'll be honest, and you'll be glad that you get more shaves out of one blade instead of paying like $30 for a 4 or 5 pack of those quadruple packs of the weird brands I won't even try to name. But again, thanks for being there and watching. Get your shave on and have some fun. Life's short. Peace, guys. Oops. Hey guys, I forgot to show you my EDC for today. My everyday carry today is this wonderful, and I do mean wonderful, D.O.C. Killswitch. Yeah, look, It even has the Punisher button. That's the attenuation button that you push, pow, and pop it out. Yeah, it's an automatic. The Microtech D.O.C custom kill switch. This is awesome. The automatic version of the Manual Flipper, the D.O.C kill switch, which is an awesome knife as well. But Mick Strider, Anthony Marfione collaborated with this. Those two geniuses, man, they come up with a fantastic blade. And that right there says, let me turn it around here. It says D.O.C kill switch SN, which is serial number 028, number 28. A. Marfione, 04/2015. I picked this up at Blade Show 2016. Yeah, it's one heck of a knife. Features the black DLC coating on the blade, of course, titanium handles, flame-colored back strap. See right there? I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. A lot of attention to detail here, folks. And that kill switch firing button, they say it's integrated safety because of the way it's deployed. It's using ingenious technology. And the overall length for this knife, 9 inches. The blade is nearly 4 inches itself, 3.75. And the blade thickness, 0/16. The steel here is Elmax steel. I think this is the second Elmax blade I've ever owned, but it's awesome. Stays sharp too. Edge retention is fantastic. I wish you could see this. The lights in here aren't doing it justice. But I wanted to throw that in because of the fact that I forgot to show you guys at the beginning, the onset. But there you go. It's got a safety lock. You push that down, it's locked in, or open it, and there it goes. Really kicks out hard. In fact, my daughter in Myrtle Beach, Tori, she deployed it. When I showed it to her, I made sure she was over the sofa, and when she did, it jumped right out of her hand and landed on the couch. Fortunately, it didn't hit my foot or my leg. So anyway, one heck of an EDC. Great blade, great knife to carry. Thank you guys once again for watching. I do appreciate you being there. Have some fun today, okay? Bye-bye.